Hi. So I wanted to share with you guys something that happened to me this week. I was like, I have to put this out there. It's such a crazy story. And I figured what better place than my Erev Shabbos hike with all these beautiful mountains of God and these beautiful flowers and the bumblebees that are going to be buzzing around us the whole time. So I was learning Chavos Halvavos with a friend of mine, and we were learning how, excuse me, how there are people in the world who think good things and don't necessarily act on those good things, and they get schar for the machshava. And on the flip side, there are people who they have negative thoughts, and Hashem marks it as if they actually did the Avera. So we were like, wow, we learned the whole time that it's just a machshava. You don't get an onish for a machshava. And then we continued reading, and we saw that what is he referring to? He's saying that the people who regulate themselves to act on those averos are marked down as if they did the avera, because percentage-wise, they're going to end up doing the avera. On the flip side, somebody who has good thoughts ends up acting on those good thoughts sometimes, and so Hashem gives it to them as if they did the mitzvah. So he brought up 3 pointers that are the key 3 things that make it that that you actually get the schar. So what is it? So one is you have to have the good thought, and the second thing is you have to think like, okay, I want to do good deeds. I want to be that person who pushes myself to do acts of chesed, tzedakah, whatever. Then Hashem presents an opportunity to that person to be able to execute that thought. And when the person sees the opportunity, he then has a choice to act on it or not act on it. So 1 is he has the thought. 2 is he's presented the opportunity and he's like, I want to do that. And 3 is he actually executes the mitzvah. So there are times where an opportunity presents itself and we're physically unable to execute the mitzvah. So imagine there's a scenario where a mother needs to be driven to the hospital because her kid is in the hospital, and you see it on the group chat, so-and-so needs to be driven to the hospital, and you're like, oh my gosh, I want to do it. And they're like, I can't do it because I need to be back by a certain time because my kids are coming home from school, or I don't have a car that day, whatever it is. The fact that you really wanted to do it, Hashem gives you the schar. And when you execute it, that enables HaKadosh Baruch Hu to give you more opportunities to do more mitzvos and more, all these more, like he just gives you more and more opportunities because he sees you're on that trajectory of trying, so he helps you. He presents to you more opportunities because he sees you're trying, and so he makes it easier for us. When he sees we want to do it, he wants to help us achieve it, so he makes it easier for us. So this week, had like the craziest story. I have a friend who's a single mom, and I saw someone was selling in the Ramat Beit Shemesh chat something that was used that I thought she could benefit from. So I, in the past, had bought her something that I knew she needed the same idea. I bought it for her brand new, and she was like very upset that I had spent the money. So here I figured, okay, here's another one. I know she needs it and it's used, so she won't be so mad at me if I buy it for her. So I forwarded it to her and I was like, do you need? And I got a response that I had sent it to the wrong person. And I actually had sent it to the wrong person, but it was a very similar name. And I just like typed in like the first few letters, and I thought I saw her name, and I sent it to that person. I was like, oh, that's so funny. You're right. It is the wrong person. So I quickly sent it to my friend, and I responded to the first person, and I explained to her the story. And she says to me, okay, I want to buy it. And I'm like, no, that's ridiculous. Like, you're not buying it. I'm buying it. Like, she goes, no, I want to buy it, but I also want to buy a new one. And a new one, the used one was 50 shekel and a new one was 270 shekel. And I'm like, are you crazy? Like, you're insane. Like, I by accident sent this to you and now you want to buy it for her. And in the meantime, my friend messaged me back that yes, she does need it and she doesn't have a car because her car that she bought a couple of years ago, secondhand, totally died. So now she's a single mom with a bunch of kids and she has no car. So I recognized that Hashem, I said to her, listen, it was my mitzvah, but I'll share. You can pay whatever you want and I'll pay the rest. And she said, no, nothing's by chance. Hashem sent me this opportunity and I'm taking it. And she sent me more than what it actually cost so I could give this girl extra money for groceries. And I want to add, what is the whole amazing part behind the story? This girl had sent me money before for a different tzedakah that I needed money for. And she could have said, I already gave you $200 for this other tzedakah. Like, I did my mitzvah. And instead, she said no. And I'm paying for it. I know it was an accident. Hashem is giving me an opportunity. I'm paying for it. And I'm paying more. And I wanted to share this with everybody because it was just so crazy how I was learning Chavas Halavavos, these 3 points about the machshava, given the opportunity, and then actually executing it, where Hashem then will give you more opportunities and more schar. And my aunt Henny used to say, if you spend $100 on something and you have, whatever, $300 before, what are you left with? And the answer is the $100 from spending on the tzedakah. So she recognized that this was creating more olam haba for her. So may we be zocha to yearn to grow closer to HaKadosh Baruch Hu through all the mitzvah opportunities that He gives us, and may we be zocha to recognize it not as a tircha, but an opportunity from HaKadosh Baruch Hu to create more of our own olam haba, and to be zocha to do it b'simcha. Okay, have a great Shabbos.